Cool. For select all customers, let's set up this method correctly, and you'll see how we're going to test all of these methods. We could actually select all customers and then make sure that the result that we get back, or the list, is not empty. Now, that will not work, right? Because if this is the very first test in line, we don't have no one in the database. So we select from the database and then we perform the assertion and the database is empty, right? Or if this test comes second and we have another test that adds customers to the database, then we kind of don't know. So to test this, just to make sure that we can select customers from the database, so what we're going to do is the following. Just to be on the safe side, we're going to add someone. So here, let's just say customer. So given a customer equals to new and then customer. And here, let's just say that we want the name. And for the name, let's also use Faker. So here, let's initialize Faker in our abstract test containers. And at this point, this is doing more than test containers. But here, let's just right at the bottom, let's just say protected, static, and then final, Faker equals to new, and then Faker, just like that. Cool. Now we can get a name from Faker. So we could just say Faker dot and then name dot and then full name, comma. We can get an email. So the email here, we have to make sure that the email is randomly generated, because if we have an email which is present, then we have trouble, right? So here, what we're going to do is we're going to say Faker dot and then internet dot and then save email. And what we're going to do, we're going to add a random UID just to make sure that it's completely unique, right? And then basically, or actually, let's say plus there and then underscore or dash, it doesn't really matter, and then comma, and then the age, it doesn't really matter. Again, we could have a random number generator, but let's just say that, you know, every customer here will have the age of 20 and then semicolon. Now, the reason why I'm doing this here, remember, we have a unique constraint on our email. So if we have other tests which have the exact same email, then the tests will start to fail. Now, what we have to do is we have to select everyone. So let's say under test. So when under test, and then select all customers. So this is customers, and this is our expectation. So expected. So select, and if I extract this to a variable, customers, and now we could say then assert that, and here let's import. So oops, let's just import static method, and let's use assertions.assert that from org.assert.core.api. So this is what we're going to use for the entire course. Cool. Now we could say customers and then dot is not and then empty. So this is pretty much what we want to do. And I actually forgot. So we have the customer. So we need to insert the customer to our database. So let's just say under test dot and then insert and then our customer. Cool. So we have this test. Now let's just run it and see if it works. If everything was set up correctly, hooray, well done. So fingers crossed. Right, so we are missing the basically end of the curly bracket on this side for the class. I don't know what happened there, but good that Java is a compiled language. So let's just run it again. And fingers crossed. Yay! And you saw the SQL that was executed. So it worked. Nice. So this is really good. So you can see that this is working indeed. And at this point, we don't even need to investigate the database because there's no need. So let me just prove it to you that this is working. So if I in here go to our and the test class, and where we insert, so insert, let's basically, so insert into customer. So let's actually say select. So if we have, it's this one here, select all customers. So this will fail. It should fail. There we go. It failed because you should see that relation customers does not exist. And if I put it back, we are good to go. So you can see that this is the beauty of having tests. So now we are pretty much sure that if someone comes here, they make a change, the test will fail. Therefore, they know that something is going on. Cool. Next, let's test this method right here, select customer by ID.